Most of you recognize that song as Imagine. So I'm going to ask you to do something with me right now. Ask you to take a moment and notice the person sitting next to you. If it's a person that you know well, see them as though for the first time. Notice the differences between you and them. Notice their height. Notice their shape. Notice the beautiful shade of their skin. Look at each other. And know, if you're sitting in a row by yourself, find another person in the row by themselves. And look at that. Look at each other. Notice the color of their eyes. Notice the shape of their nose. Notice the width or narrowness of their shoulders. Notice the garments that they chose to wear today and how they differ from yours. Notice if they're wearing glasses or can see clearly without them. Notice all the differences and in appreciation for those differences. Notice. You'll notice this sand sculpture on our platform table back in January. Each person who was here on the first Sunday in January chose a color of sand. And we began with white for the purity of the divine. That is our foundation. And one by one, every person added the color of sand that they chose. Now, guaranteed, every color was beautiful in and of itself, bright and vibrant. And yet you see how beautiful it is when all the shades of sand came together to make the beautiful sculpture. And we leave it here as a reminder of the individuality of all of us, the differences. You notice some faces are clean shaven, some have no hair, some have beautiful gray beards, some have dark brown. Just notice in each other as you look around what's different about each and every one of us. And notice that with great appreciation for what is different about us. And I've invited a beautiful soul, Linda, to come and share one of her writings of poetry with us today. So Linda, now is your time. So I'm going to invite you to open your heart, open your ears, and open your mind in perhaps a way that you haven't yet opened them today. And allow these words to pour over you and to move in you.
I want to thank you for allowing me to come and share during this most important month that we celebrate Black History. And I would like to just give you a little background on the poem. This poem was inspired by a lifetime of observation as an African American woman whose heritage is not always immediately evident. I've heard wide sweeping, biased assertions at times by individuals I thought were very intelligent, fair, and kind. And I'm sure they saw themselves the same way. And it happened so often that I began to pray. And I asked God if I was being unfair by not sharing that up front. brought to mind Esther in the Bible, how she had married a king, and she never told him that she was of Jewish heritage. And he said, no one does that, and they shouldn't have to. The poem that I've written, and I want to share with you today, is called I Wonder. I wonder what it would be like to have skin as dark as midnight, and hair that defied the laws of gravity, to be articulated from the earth's round formation, and every joint and member reminisce the mother's shape. I wonder what it would be like to have founded civilizations, erected from the blueprints of astronomy, create cubistic art forms and sculpturatic longhorns, and every wisdom stolen by the lot of modern man, to be discounted daily by mass and media. I wonder what it would be like to have skin as dark as midnight. I wonder what it would be like to have albescent skin, as white as alkali or a calcite alabaster, to have hair that hung and laid like waxed and sun-bleached yarn so closely to the head. Who to be spawned by the smartest people that ever walked the earth, who wrote books about achievements in every wee far corner, books in which all others were so secondary. Then make those books curriculum and teach it to the earth. I wonder what it would be like to be well-versed and traveled, and extraordinary collectors of lands and natural resources and every valued treasure from someone else's yard. I wonder what it would be like to have albescent skin. I wonder what it would be like to live somewhere in the middle. To have skin as red as terra-cotta Sierra clay. Skin as yellow as saffron, or brown as cocoa beans. To pyramid the Maya, the Inca and Azteca, to dance for the sky, to weep upon the corn, to peep the Taj Mahal and wrap sarongs with dangles, and sing the stringed sitar, and pluck the sarod. I wonder what it would be like to calligraph rice paper, silk sheets with brush stroke lightly, of dynastied archives, to hula down an island and swivel up a palm tree. I wonder what it would be like to live in the middle. I wonder what it would be like if people had no skin, just flesh and muscle and corpuscles and multicolored veins. If the lion in the corner would be as vicious then. If history would be a kinder, more voracious book. If children's delicate spirits, infused inside those bodies, could leap into hereafter and never be dismayed by the most elementary lesson of learning one's colors. I wonder. Thank you.
I wonder. In our unity principle that we just spoke, we say that we believe that all are created in that image of God, and all are endowed with that spark of divinity. All. No one is left out of the circle of God's love. No one. No one. Regardless of their behavior, regardless of the way they love or who they love, regardless of their politics, regardless of the shade of beautiful of their skin, no one is left out of the circle of God's love. No one. So now I'm going to invite you to take a look again. And this time I'm going to ask you not to notice the clothing, the glasses, the facial hair, the size, the shape, or the color of the persons around you. But just to look at each other with the same eyes that the divine looks at us. To see the soul of the persons around you. To see the beauty of the uniqueness of their soul. Take a moment to look around and notice what you see. From where I stand, I see a room full of beautiful, without exception. I see a room full of love. I feel a room full of love. From our 9 o'clock meditation onto this, that is what I see and what I feel. You see, we're all made individual. We all have our unique and wonderful contribution to make in our world. Every single person here comes into this world with a unique gift. Whether we recognize it, whether we put it aside and never live into it, we all come with a gift. We all come with an ability to be present, to be love, to be kindness or compassion towards others. And I have said this many times before, and I will say this until I can see it every day in my world. That we come with a gift that no one can give like we do. No one comes, Linda, with the gathering of words that you come with, delivered in a way that you deliver it, with elegance and grace and beauty. No one else in the world does that like you. No one else comes with the ability to share love the way each and every one of you do in your unique and wonderful way. To share love through words that another can hear. To share compassion with actions that another can feel. And to share kindness in a way that another can know kindness. Everyone is here to touch one another in some unique way, and no one does it quite like you. Do you believe that? That you are a unique, beautiful, wondrous expression of the divine, and no one shows it like you do. And there is someone out in our world waiting right now for love the way only you show it. Someone is waiting to know that they are loved by their source, by their creator. And they need to hear it in a way only you can speak it, so that their ears and their heart and their mind can know it and feel it and believe it. So what are you going to do? Are you going to go out and be love today? There is someone waiting for compassion in only the way that you show compassion. Someone is waiting for kindness in the way that only you show kindness. So what shall we do? Shall we go and be kindness and compassion also? I believe it's what our world is calling for, always has been, to connect one with another in unique and wonderful ways, as unique and wonderful and beautiful as each of you are. So can we do that today and go out and be those qualities, to be those gifts that are born as us, uniquely, beautifully, wonderfully as us. Now it's easy to sit in the safety of this room. It's easy to sit in this environment on Sunday and feel all of those things, all of those wonderful feels that we feel. And then we go outside and we pull out into the street and someone cuts us off, right? or our electronics don't work and we have to have a conversation with our telecommunications provider. Oh my. We have many, many, many opportunities to practice being who we have been put here to be. And I know that we come from different faith backgrounds, but there isn't a faith tradition on the planet that doesn't ask us, beg us, command us to be love. Every faith tradition asks that of its people, to be love, to love one another, to love our source, God, to love ourselves, and to love one another. So who's going to go out and be loved today? Let me hear you. Who's going to go out and be loved today? Okay, I'm not convinced yet, so let's try. Who is going to go out and be loved today?